Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
You want me to do the intro?
I mean, do you want to?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, I'm sitting over here waiting.
Okay.
Let's get it together.
Welcome to the Yips, a baseball-ish podcast for people who love or just like baseball. I'm Molly.
And I'm Eric.
That's my husband, Eric. Unfortunately, he's part of this too.
Are you kidding? Unfortunately, I'm part of it too. You don't want to be part of it. Every time, listeners, every time we have to get down to business and record the pod.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started, because I'm going to tell you something.
Oh, here we go.
Last week, Eric dialed in so hard, he used AI to write all of his stuff.
Not all of it.
I will never use AI to write my script for the pod.
This is all going back to the time that we talked about how much you drive your car.
I don't really drive my car that much.
You drive your car
My car's
a lot.
My car's driving me wild. Oh, the tire pressure is low. You need to go check that out for me.
My God.
I wonder if I ran over a nail.
Probably.
Anyway.
It's probably flat.
I didn't check.
No, of course not.
You're the car guy.
Also, I need to use my compact SUV / truck tomorrow.
I think it'll be fine. I have a lot of shit I have to do tomorrow with my car.
Oh, good.
So
Great. Low tire pressure.
today on the Yips, we're going to talk about some trade deadline stuff.
Sure. Yep.
We are going to chat about a rule. Like we're bringing back the old rules.
Yeah, we're back to the rules corner.
Or did you want to call it Rules Roundup? Or
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. It had been so long. This is the old rules roundup. I wish I could get a sound effect of like a whip cracking.
you can. I can get you that. And then we'll do Yip of the Week.
Yeah, of course we have a yip of the week. It wouldn't be a week without a yip, right?
Yeah, I think you're the Yip of the Week.
Yeah, well, believe me, we all are here. All of us are to a degree a yip.
So, what's up with you this week, Eric?
Not too much. Had a little bit of a health scare this weekend. Kind of.
You had a migraine.
Yeah.
But for a minute, I thought you were having a stroke. When you said you couldn't see out of your periphery, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So Friday I went to work and I came home and I worked out and I had a pretty hard workout. Immediately after the hard workout, we had gone to a concert in our local park. Mm-hmm. I had couple beers there.
Mm-hmm. And then we ordered salty pizza.
And then we ordered salty pizza, which we ate at like 9 p.m. Yeah, I mean, it was delicious.
Yeah,
Fast forward to Saturday morning, I woke up and I felt crazy.
And we had planned a tailgate at the Sox game that day. We were supposed to meet around 4-ish because the game started at 6. And you had to bow out of the tailgate.
Yeah, I had gotten up and I started to do my regular kind of like Saturday morning shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel good and strange things were happening in my field of vision.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see around my periphery and like if I were to hold my hand out, I couldn't see my hand. I guess this is some kind of phenomenon called auraing or something like that.
I think. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I took it easy, had a nap, drank a bunch of water.
Rallied and made it to the White Sox game.
Rallied and made it to the White Sox game on Saturday evening. I didn't hang out with Molly and a couple of our friends, Ruth and Joe, friends of the pod, especially Cherry, their daughter, gorgeous.
Also smart and great. It's not all about looks with Cherry.
Very cute and weighs more than just looks. I mean, she's
got
cute
a great comedic timing.
Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, I didn't make it to the tailgating, but I heard that was really fun, right?
It was really fun. Tailgating at the park is, we hadn't really done it before, so I feel like we we figured it out. I ended up bringing my little 4-foot table that I bring to craft fairs, and I'm glad we brought it because it was nice to have like a thing to put all the snacks on. And then we brought the little Smoky Joe, and we grilled hot dogs, and yeah, it was really fun. It was chill, and I think now, like, if we go back, we'll know how to do it better.
Yeah.
Anyway, I highly recommend tailgating at Wright Field. And then we watched the White Sox lose, unfortunately, to the Astros, but it was super interesting to now. This was like my 7th or 8th baseball game of the year.
That's crazy.
It was my second White Sox game. And I've been going to Wrigley a lot for Cubs games. So it was interesting to really compare the two experiences.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to compare, especially in the same week.
Yeah, because we went to a Cubs game.
We went to a Cubs game. We actually sat in the bleachers for a night game, which I thought was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So Wright Field compared to Wrigley. So when we were at Wright Field, Joe and Ruth often will move closer.
Friends of the pod.
And they'll get closer, like they'll sit the first few innings in their assigned seats, and then they'll scope out what sections look like they have some space in them, and then they'll get in there. And that's what we did. So we moved from the 500 section to the 100 section. And that is not an option at Wrigley because every section you enter, there's somebody checking your tickets.
I can already feel the comments coming down in the basement about this one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of fraught opinions about
moving,
whether or not one should move down or not.
I wouldn't have done it had they not been there, just because I'm like very like scared of getting in trouble in general.
Yeah, I get like itchy when I'm breaking the rule.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, even though like most people know me as like a badass, and that's part of what kind of I think initially attracted Molly to me in particular, it's not the case.
Anyway, and then also the music is so different. Like at Wrigley, they always play YMCA, and it's a medley that like turns into Hot to Go by Chappell Roan.
Yeah, they've got like a DJ there, like on the ones and twos.
And then at White Sox, they always play Crazy Train.
Oh yeah, they do.
So there's like different like licensing, like music that they've.
I mean, when you set it up for like a kind of a typical, and I'm just gonna say this here, this is gonna just imagine you're rolling down the Dan Ryan Expressway.
Oh God.
You're in your Camaro.
You drive to the game.
Oh wow. Yeah, no kidding. My God. You're in your Camaro, and you got the T-tops off. You got a brand new pair of black jeans on and some white high tops. You are just
hot to trot.
Oh.
All aboard.
Hey, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I.
Yeah, exactly. Calm down. I don't want you to hurt yourself over there.
Whatever.
But yeah, you are blasting Ozzy out of your car. Maybe some Motley Crue too. I don't know.
I don't know a Motley Crue song to save my life. Like I wouldn't be able to tell you one.
Oh yeah, and then in other news, I discovered that maybe Molly doesn't know a lot about Motley Crue, but did find out this week that you're really into K-Fed, huh?
Oh my, what? You do this?
She won't shut up about some
you
song
need to
called
shut up.
Popo Zao.
I don't know K-Fed at all. I just heard on Michelle Collins' podcast, she said that K-Fed looks like a Foot Locker manager, which made me laugh. And I told Eric that because our neighbor also gives off Foot Locker manager vibes. So now Eric thinks I'm obsessed with K-Fed. You did the same thing to me with Ronda Rousey a few years ago. You said that I was obsessed with Ronda Rousey. I don't even know who she is.
Please.
And you won't shut up about how I'm obsessed with her.
She's playing cool right now for the pod, just so you know.
Well, I think it'd be cool if I knew a lot about Ronda Rousey. I don't know anything about her.
You're obsessed with her. Or you were.
I wasn't. I never was.
And Aerosmith. Anyway, moving along.
I wouldn't be able to pick her out in a lineup.
Yeah, and Aerosmith. You love Aerosmith.
I don't love Aerosmith. Whatever. Okay, do you want to talk about Liverpool? Why don't you tell them about your little bus game?
Oh, man. Somehow I was sitting somewhere and I got some kind of targeted ad for some stupid like cell phone game where you like
so annoying
park buses in I don't know.
Specific color buses to pick up specific color passengers.
People. Yeah, which is kind of, it might be racist there.
No, because it's not like they're like different races. They're just like pink or orange or blue.
Okay. I mean, with the exception of blue, I don't know. Anyway, so
and green.
it's really addicting, and I got addicted to it.
What race is orange? Like, what are you talking?
Listen, you're the one that's obsessed with this.
You're obsessed with it.
And anyway, so Molly then downloaded the game too, because she was like,
we were on the bus to Wrigley, and I was bored.
Yeah, and then you couldn't stop playing. You had to delete the game from your phone, right?
I still have it. Anyway.
Trying to think of what else happened. So that happened. That's still going on, unfortunately.
That's probably why you got a migraine.
It could be. I was really thinking about that.
Maybe you should stop playing the game.
Maybe.
Okay, what's in the notes? It says Liverpool.
Oh, so on the heels of the World Cup, of which I really like, and in years past, I'd made some attempts to follow the Premier League. The problem is that when you're like a new viewer of a brand new sport, and you don't live anywhere in the region and have no regional allegiance whatsoever, it's kind of hard to you need to pick a team.
Right.
But what team is that? And a couple of years ago, through the first exercise, I opened this question up to a group of friends who are British, who live in various parts of England, who come from different parts of England, and all of them had very, as you would imagine, varied and passionate responses. And at the time I was working with somebody who's really into Arsenal, and I told them that maybe Arsenal would be my team. Oh my God.
Did you get shit for that?
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Arsenal bad?
No, they won the Premier League this year.
Oh.
I think that might be the problem. Is that they're too good.
They're kind of like the Yankees.
Yeah, no, not really. I don't know. But last week, the New York Times, they do these interesting interactive articles where you can take a quiz and find out what your next sci-fi romance book is that you should be reading.
Oh, cool.
Same thing, except for which Premier League team should you
root for?
Should you? I can't remember what they call it. Support.
Yeah.
And
so you took the quiz.
Took the quiz, and I ended up with Liverpool.
Okay, what do your British friends think about that?
I don't know. We're about to find out. If they listen to an American baseball podcast. Interesting
test.
Interestingly,
are you listening, Richard?
Yeah, Richard.
How do you feel about Liverpool?
Richard, I'm looking at you. Neil. This is the same group that
Prince William.
This is the same group that I met a bunch of these folks in New York City years ago for a stag do, and part of the weekend was going to a baseball game at Citi Field. We went out to the park. The crew was fascinated by massive, 24-ounce Budweiser cans,
Yeah. Quite
and
intriguing.
then we got to our seats, and one of these friends said to me, Eric, how do we know when the game is over? There's no clock anywhere. So that's kind of how the afternoon went. That was actually when I kind of realized how hard it is to describe baseball to somebody that has no frame of reference whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
what
like
about cricket, though? Maybe it's kind of like cricket.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it's like cricket in that there's a bat.
Yeah, maybe only in that way.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to getting into Liverpool.
I won't be watching any soccer. I don't care.
I think it happens weekend mornings. Yeah, so you can wake up and have coffee with your game and then move on with the rest of your day. Yeah, what do you got cooking this weekend?
This weekend I participated in a garden walk.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it was a total bust.
It was also about 1,000 degrees out yesterday.
It was
disgusting.
And they didn't drop off a sign for the yard, and so I don't know. It just kind of ended up being a little bit of a bummer. Not a bummer, just like
it was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah. Because I prepped the garden. I spent like a lot of time last week getting the garden ready for the garden walk. And I'm glad I did because it's been so nice to spend time out there.
The backyard, it looks better than it has in months.
Yeah. The garden always looks good in like late May, early June. And then this time of year, it gets like really messy. And it's still messy because everything's just like kind of overgrown. And that's just the style of our garden. But I replaced all the wood chips, like the wood mulch, with stones. So I bought 1,000 pounds of stones and drove out to the garden center. And like maybe that's why I have a like low air pressure in the tires, because my car's rated to only carry 900 pounds. But I asked the guy, I was like, I'm okay with 1,000 pounds, right? And then I went inside and bought a heavy ass pot and a hibiscus.
You were pushing the old cross check to the limit, huh?
I know.
Did you at least put it in X mode?
No.
There's some button in the middle of Molly's car that puts the car into X mode.
And Pete loves to push it.
Pete loves
always
to push the button. Yeah. And like,
are you always trying to go into X mode?
I don't know what it does, but maybe that's what X mode is for.
You gotta sit and look at the camera.
When you're hauling 1,000 pounds of stone to your backyard garden.
Yeah, maybe. And then what else? We've been spending more time in the garden, and I was drawing the other night in the garden, and rats were just like nonchalantly walking everywhere. So I want to get a BB gun.
It's out of control.
And I want to shoot them. I want to pop them.
I mean, just for reference, we put out like a half a dozen snap traps.
I put 6 out on Saturday night and caught 0.
Nothing. I'll give it to them. They know how to keep their asses on earth. You know what I mean?
Well, Sophie was listening to the pod, and we were talking about it in the last episode, and she said that she got a zap trap, and it works really well.
Oh, the electric traps.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
So maybe we should get one of those.
Yeah, it like...
She said that's the most humane.
Yeah, like it zaps the shit out of them. They like go into some like a little tube and then... Zzz.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but maybe we should try one. I'm desperate.
Otherwise,
please,
if anybody has a hookup for a bazooka, please let us know.
Send in all of your rat tips, and I don't care about catch and release. We're not catching these, and we're not releasing these. We're killing them. I'm not releasing them down the block so they just come back. Like,
I mean, it's also this is not. These are not an endangered species.
No, trust me,
at all.
They're thriving.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
All right. Well, should we get into some This Week in Baseball news?
This Week in Baseball.
So we're recording this on Monday, July 27th. And there's a few things we wanted to cover. The Red Sox winning streak. They
unreal
tied their franchise record for 15 straight wins. And the winning streak ended against the Orioles on the 22nd of July.
I mean, what makes this kind of crazy, not only is it a record for the franchise that's, been around for a couple minutes here, but also that like prior to this incredible run that they had, they were fucking horrible.
Were they?
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, they were getting ready to, and we'll get into this a little bit. The team were getting ready to be sellers at the deadline.
Yeah. Well, the longest win streak in MLB history is 26 games for the 1916 New York Giants. And then right under that is 22 games, the Cleveland Guardians, formerly called the Cleveland Indians.
What year was that?
2017.
Okay, so yeah, there are distinctions between those two eras.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I know
yeah, when somebody's like, "Oh, this guy had the batting title in 1906," it's like, okay,
different game.
Yeah, I think he was being pitched to underhand at that point. Yeah, I don't know if they had. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Cleveland Indians in 2017, that's 22 games.
God, after losing the World Series.
Oh, is that who the Cubs won against? The Cleveland Guardians? Were they the Guardians at the time?
No, they were the Indians.
Oh.
Were they? Yeah, I think so. They were the Indians then, I think.
Excuse me. Oh my God, Pete
this is
hates it when I
humiliating.
sneeze.
Pete does not like sneezing.
Gets really scared.
Except for he's been sneezing a lot lately.
What do you want to do, bud? Anyway, so also the Cincinnati Reds pitcher Caleb Ferguson called the umpire Bill Miller a fat ass. I think a fucking fat ass.
Yeah.
Or
he was
a
very
motherfucker.
explicit. Or
A fat motherfucker, something like that, or all of the above. It was last week during a game with the Cincinnati Reds and the Seattle Mariners. Caleb Ferguson was pitching. Bill Miller was sort of around second base and interrupted play or interfered the
yeah,
play.
it happens every once in a while where there was nowhere that he could go to not be. He was
In the way.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Also, Bill Miller, I believe, is kind of a.
He's got a reputation.
Yeah, people don't like him generally.
No. And so you can definitely read Caleb Ferguson's lips and see what he's saying.
Yeah, it's pretty explicit.
But what's interesting is like this happens more than you would think, where the pitcher gets really frustrated, but they often will put their
they'll put their
in
glove
front of
over
their
their
face.
It's similar to what they do when they're like conferencing at the mound with the catcher who has a mask on. You know, they'll put their mitt over their face.
That's one of the reasons they have it is so that they can disguise the expletives. And then he did not apologize to Bill Miller or to the fans afterwards, but a couple of days later he did and said he acted unprofessionally and he had plans to talk to Bill Miller directly.
Well, I think that he should because.
Well, are you surprised he didn't get taken out of the game?
Yeah.
I mean, people have gotten taken out of the game for way less.
The only thing that I can think of is that Bill Miller couldn't hear him or wasn't like paying attention.
Yeah. I think in the broadcast you couldn't tell. It's just in the clips afterwards.
Yeah. Also, it was particularly loud in the park at that time. Like, I don't know, but there's no real good excuse for that. Like, I appreciate how tenaciously competitive these professional athletes are. But it's also, and forward thinking. If I were him, I'd want to apologize to Bill Miller because, umpires are supposed to be impartial.
Yeah.
I think to only to a degree. I mean, if you put yourself in Bill Miller's shoes,
you're not gonna have a good taste in your mouth about
the next time you run into this guy, if he's fortunate enough to even be playing at that point, because the umpires are going to be around longer than the players are.
Right.
He
umped the next game in the series, and I think he was behind the catcher. So
Bill Miller is often behind the plate. Yeah, it's not smart.
And they were losing, and the Reds ended up losing 8-0. So I think Ferguson was like just really frustrated, but not an excuse.
No.
Yeah. Let's talk about the trade deadline. We are, as we record, we're 1 week away from August 3rd, which is the deadline.
Yeah, and so I kind of wanted to talk about some specifics of the trade deadline, hopefully without boring everybody. Same thing with Rules Corner. Hopefully it's not too boring.
I think, just explain the trade deadline.
We're trying to find a nice balance between like truly fucking around and talking about cell phone games and like K-Fed. And actual baseball business.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to we're just figuring out, like, I don't want to talk about this stuff, but if you guys like it, we'll talk about it.
I mean, there is a picture of K-Fed on your laptop right now.
No, there isn't.
No, there's not. I'll give you that one, baby. Anyway, so we're, like Molly said, we're quickly approaching the trade deadline. And I wanted to work in some kind of like baseball lore here, and I just wanted to say that there's a concept called the hot stove.
Okay.
And so the period that we're entering right now is not the hot stove.
Okay. When is the hot stove?
The hot stove is specific to the off season.
Oh.
That's when the rumor mill in the off season starts picking up about like who's going where and what's happening. That's generally referred to as like hot stove gossip.
Okay.
So where we're at right now, I think we're more of like, it's like a mini campfire.
Did you make that up?
Yeah. It's like a small campfire. But anyway.
Like, wouldn't a small campfire be hotter than a hot stove?
Are you crazy?
What if it's like a little microwave?
They didn't. So basically, to get back to the hot stove thing, did a little research in this area. So apparently in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, people in small towns or whatever would gather at their local general store, barbershop, watering hole, whatever. Saloon. What other old timey?
Pirate ship.
Sure. Did board their pirate ship?
Cobbler.
I was going to say that's a really good old timey business. A cobbler. So anyway, people would
The blacksmiths.
the blacksmith shop,
The barge.
the sheriff's department,
Yeah, the jail.
the train depot.
The train depot.
Anyway, so these old timey folks would gather to talk about baseball and to gossip, apparently, in the olden days. And so the notion of the hot stove was that we'll get a stove going, and then that way we can like hang around this
And
hot
gossip.
stove and talk about baseball.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm guessing that like the owners and the managers used to do the same thing when it was a really regional sport, like, you know, down in old St. Louis. It's like,
Right.
me and the boys are going to meet up at the old saloon, you know?
Yeah, I love the saloon.
So yeah,
He bartends at the saloon.
he has. Believe me. So the trade deadline happens a week from the day that we're recording this, August 3rd. It happens at 6 p.m.
I
sharp.
didn't realize it had a time cut off. I figured it would be midnight.
I don't know why it's not midnight, but whatever. So
I guess so. Like players can go to bed because everyone's like still we're in the middle of the season. People have like.
yeah, plus some of these people are very young and they need their sleep.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So what is this and why is there a deadline and what happens at 6:01 p.m. Eastern time?
Okay.
Well, that is the hard cutoff and the last time during the season in which players can be traded from one club to another.
But what I don't understand is like why there are buyers and sellers. Do you have to trade a player or can you just sell a player without getting somebody in return?
Oh yeah, you can
Okay.
you can DFA them. And
What's DFA?
Designated for assignment.
Okay.
You can drop them all together. You can release them. Like, so there are some nuances here.
Okay.
And so those on a team's named 40-man roster cannot be traded after the deadline.
Until.
So it's those who are on the 40-man roster.
Right, not the minor league.
So yeah, now here we go with the caveats. So those on the 40-man roster, presumably baseball's best,
Okay.
cannot be traded after the deadline. But there is, like you said, some minor league. You know, everywhere in baseball is just rife with rules, and also the more rules you have, the more loopholes there are. So to take advantage of this a little bit, a team could, quote, designate a player for assignment or DFA them.
DFA.
So what's interesting about the DFA is, so basically what this means is that they're going to dump some schlub to make room for another player on the 40-man roster.
And it's not just about how many people you have on your roster. It's also about money, right?
Well, there's no salary cap in baseball.
Well, yeah, but don't teams have to be kind of like strategic with like who they're buying and selling and how much
Just
budget
depends
they
on what
have?
it's. Yeah, I mean, it depends on their individual team budget.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they designate some guy for assignment, and that way they can maybe open up a roster space to pick up somebody. They could bring somebody back from the IL. It's like, oh, this pitcher, it's like maybe he's not completely ready yet, but like we're gonna bring him back up. The thing here that gets kind of tricky is that when a player is DFA'd or designated for assignment, that they have not been released, they have not been traded, and they have not even been sent down to the minors.
Right.
They're like in this like limbo space, and the team can retain the player at this status for 7 days.
Okay.
After the 7 days lapses, the player regains their rights to basically do whatever they want or not, basically. But in that 7 day period, while the team does have control over the player, they'll often make trades for cash considerations or for some prospects or something like that, or maybe that even retain this right for after the trade deadline when not so many people are paying attention.
Oh, okay.
So it could be that day of the deadline, they go ahead, they DFA some guy, they bring somebody back from the IL. Meanwhile, they retain soft control over this person for 7 days. Deadline is passed. The media is no longer paying attention. Then all of a sudden they go ahead and make a trade with this person for.
But I thought they couldn't after the deadline. Oh, but they can't to the 40-man roster. Okay.
Yeah, because this person is not part of the 40-man roster.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of like kind of shenanigans like this that happen. I mean, this is only one brief example, but right now we're in a really exciting part of the season. And this is the time of the season, we're about, a little over halfway through, where teams decide where they're going to take their strategy. And like what that means is like we had kind of talked about earlier, it's like, are they buyers? Are they holders? Are they sellers?
Well, and it's like, this is sort of what is going to dictate how their postseason goes.
Yeah, or if the team has aspirations for the postseason,
right? Like they might decide we're going to stay where we're at. We're not going to make a bid for the postseason. We're going to
come back next year.
Stronger.
Maybe we'll have some new coaching. Yeah. Or it could be that like we're in last place. We have a couple players here that are worth something. So we're gonna trade what we have maybe for some prospects and start looking towards the future. These things can also change like really quickly because like we talked about the Red Sox crazy wild win streak there.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't until that started that it was kind of generally thought by around the hot stove or campfire that Boston would be selling, that they would be like, well, we've got these pieces, we'll trade them for prospects and we'll start looking towards the future. Now that 15-game stretch has changed the narrative for the entire team. So they're no longer sellers now and they feel like, hey, you know what? We're pretty good. Maybe we should go for this. Also, things to consider are like other teams in one's division. I mean, if you're middling and you're like in the AL or I'm sorry, in the NL West, for example, where you have the Dodgers to deal with and you're not like mathematically anywhere near getting a wild card spot, even though you might be better than some teams in other divisions, you might say, hey, you know what? We're going to move these pieces, or we're gonna lay low this year, and next year we're
But if you're in the AL, which is pretty weak right now, you might want to do some fun things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So as of this record, there isn't too much happening in the way of moves quite yet.
There is.
I mean, there's a few things.
I have something to talk about.
Okay, but hang on a second.
Okay.
So,
would have been a great time for me to talk.
Well, I mean, you should have thought about that before. Listen, we all learn. We're learning together.
Well,
Both Molly, I.
monologuing.
So anyway, there aren't too many things going on.
There is something going on.
That's why I said not too many. I didn't say nothing. So anyway, we'll recap some of the bigger moves
Next week.
Yeah, in the next episode.
Well,
if
I don't know.
if there
because
is,
we record at 6 p.m. Central, so that gives us an hour. Do you think like things will happen in the up to the last minute?
we might have to. You know what? I don't know how to break this to you, but we might have to maybe shift the schedule a little bit.
Well,
Maybe we'll record on a Tuesday as opposed to a Monday at 6 p.m. sharp Central Time. I don't know yet.
okay.
So, yeah, we'll report on that. We'll report on those moves in subsequent episodes, if there are any, of course. And just so everybody knows, the Yips are the number one source of meaningful, entertaining, timely, and accurate baseball recording. However, there are some really good sources out there that, I would definitely recommend. Namely, number one, maybe number one friend of the pod, MLBTradeRumors.com.
They're more friends than Joe and Ruth?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
They're really, yeah. The crew over at MLBTradeRumors.com, friends of the pod, just a lovely crew. Anyway, I would go there to have a look for serious up to the minute.
The Athletic or whatever, the New York Times, sports section.
Arm?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have a kind of fun article about their boldest predictions for each team. Which was
it's really, so it is really fun to
speculate.
Oh yeah, to get around the hot stove and be like, hey, I heard this.
Speaking of, I feel like people are really speculating about Tarek Skubal.
Tarek
Skubal. There's a lot of speculation. So he's a pitcher for the Tigers.
He is.
And there's rumors that the Dodgers might take him.
God, I hope not.
I know.
So for those who don't really know, Tarek Skubal is an incredibly talented pitcher. Maybe, arguably, one of the strongest in the league right now.
Yeah, if you haven't heard too much about him this season, it's because he was injured until late May.
Yeah.
So he was out. And one of his first games back, he was pitching against the White Sox, and he got in a huge fight with Mike Vassell, who is the guy on the White Sox who's also injured.
Mm-hmm.
And he travels with the team to every away game because he's so good for morale. And Mike Vassell has a magic wand.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
does
right.
these magic tricks in the dugout and will cast spells. And it really pissed off Skubal. Is that how you say it? Skubal? How do you say it?
Tarek Skubal.
It pissed off Skubal. And
the magic wand pissed him off?
Yes.
You know what?
This is all the superstitious. And
yeah, you know what else is? It's I've been hoping that the Cubs will make a hard push for Skubal and maybe he won't end up on the Dodgers. But now I'm kind of rethinking, do I want a guy on my team that doesn't like magic wands?
I don't know.
I mean, give me a fucking break.
Okay, but Vassell is a little bit annoying. I could see why players would find him annoying.
Yeah, maybe it is.
He stands at the entrance to the dugout and he goes waves his magic wand and will touch, point it at different players. And yeah, I could see if you know what?
I'm starting to get annoyed with this. Also,
I don't know. You got to watch the videos, but I think it's funny that I heard Skubal's name and I was like, how do I know that guy? And then I remembered.
Also, anytime I think about somebody describing a man standing around and waving his magic wand, it makes me want to call 911.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun. I think it's fun.
But you know what I'm talking about,
dugout.
right?
Well, yeah, if somebody knocked on the door and
if I ran in the house and I was like, Molly, there's a guy out on the street in front and he's waving a magic wand around. Would you be like, ooh, I want to see him pull a rabbit out of a hat, or ooh, I gotta call 911,
Okay, so today the Red Sox traded Connolly. Wait, what's his first name? I can't remember. Oh, no, that's his first name, Connolly Early. There's a player named Connolly Early. He's a starting pitcher. This is his rookie year. He's a left-handed pitcher. The Red Sox traded him for an infielder, Curtis Mead, from the Nationals.
Oh.
So the Nationals now have a new starting pitcher, which is really exciting because the Nationals might have a chance to get that wild card slot.
Which is wild, too, because in the past couple of years, they have been terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Yeah. Well, they have C.J. Abrams.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they hold on to him, but there's rumors that they might let him go.
You know, we do host a podcast, but I'm embarrassed to say it's strange to me to think of a team that could let go of quality pitching. I mean,
like the Red Sox letting this guy go?
Yeah, and does Boston really need an infielder?
I guess so.
Who doesn't need an infielder, but also who doesn't need a pitcher? Anyway.
Yeah, I think the Nationals just desperately needed a starting pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who else desperately needs some starting pitchers?
Yeah.
The Cubs.
Yeah.
So before we get into Rules Corner, do you have any predictions for your favorite team is the Cubs? Do you have any predictions for what's going to happen with the Cubs roster for the trade before the trade deadline?
God, I mean, you always call me out for being such a pessimist when it comes to the Cubs, even though I love them so much.
Fan.
I mean, I'm also skeptical of ownership or whatever. They've got all the money in the world, but for some reason figure out a way to not really spend it. I'm going to say the Cubs are going to... I don't think the Cubs are going to do anything.
Nothing.
No.
Okay, well, you know what?
I'd
rather that than them make some boneheaded move, like get rid of PCA or something.
That is not going to happen.
I know, but you never know.
But I also just if not now, when? I just don't understand big market teams that don't go for it all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand if you're in Kansas City where it's just look, we don't generate that much revenue. We need to be a little smarter about how we spend our money. Old boys, the Ricketts, the Cubs ownership, amongst other MLB team or just professional sports in general ownerships, they're making tons of money. The Cubs have their own freaking TV network. Spend the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah, spend the money. I get so annoyed with people who are well, that guy's getting paid, blah, blah, blah. I'm I don't give a shit. I don't care how much it costs to have. I want a good team, and if that means
okay, well, I want a nice house. I don't care how much it costs. Nicer.
This is different.
Why?
If you don't know why, I can't explain this. Not on the pod.
Well, I think the Cubs are going to get rid of Imanaga.
That would be really dumb because...
I think they are, and I think he's going to say, look, I'm going to the Dodgers. I want you to move in with me. And I'll say, okay.
Oh, yeah. So Molly here has a lot of hall passes.
I only have one hall pass, and it's Imanaga.
No, what about our mailman?
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
Probably not our mailman.
Probably K-Fed at this point, too.
No. K-Fed is so sinister. He's done
Popozao.
terrible stuff to Brittany during the conservatorship.
Popozao.
No, I don't like K. I think K-Fed's evil.
You want to be just like Brittany.
No, I don't.
And so you want to...
What a horrible life she's had.
You want to hook up with K-Fed.
No,
and you know
I
what
don't.
I say? Go for it.
Okay.
K-Fed, I know you're listening to the pod. Just DM me.
Who's your hall pass?
Whatever. Who'd I have?
Sandy Bullock?
No. I don't even know. I don't really care, actually.
You don't need a hall pass when you're married to me.
Exactly.
All right, let's do Rules Corner.
Rules Roundup.
Wow, this is long. I'm looking at the doc, y'all. It's 4 pages long.
It's not 4 pages long. So today, in the Rules Corner, the Yips are asking, what the fuck is a balk?
What the fuck is a balk?
What the fuck is a balk?
Balk.
Balk? It does have an L in there.
B-A-L-K. B-A-L-K. Okay, this goes out to all my yippee yippies. I know I got love for all my yippee yippies.
This is a good one. This is better than last episodes, I
Well,
think.
it's the same one.
Yeah, you did. You know what? The dance was a
Balk is-
lot.
Balk is a verb in
Yeah, to balk.
to balk at something.
Yes.
To like take umbrage or something.
Yes.
Or to like not take umbrage, like to like physically show your surprise or like distaste for something, right? If you balk
Yeah,
at
like if you
something.
balk at something, like, ooh,
Yeah.
is this the meaning of balk here?
Any relation?
Not really.
Okay. So let's get into
A balk is almost a little
Do you
bit.
want to do the lasso rules roundup?
Rules roundup. For the listeners, I am
On a horse?
Yeah, I am definitely riding a horse. I'm on the old plains, the old
You're
west.
on the open range.
I'm on the old open range, yeah, and I am just swinging a lasso over my head.
Yeah.
And just keep imagining that's happening throughout this entire boring-ass segment. Anyway,
No.
so a balk is an illegal act performed by a pitcher when at least one runner's on base.
Okay.
The illegal act results in a few things, and this is the easy part to understand. One, the runner or runners advance a base should the ump call a balk on the pitcher, and if a pitch was thrown in the process of the ump calling that pitch a balk, that pitch is dead.
Okay. I get
So it's
that.
like even if it's a strike, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't count.
Okay, so those are two things to know.
So how do you get a balk? called?
We're gonna get into this.
Well, I'm just trying to make it a dialogue instead of a monologue.
I know what you're
Just
saying.
trying to participate in the podcast.
Oh my God. A balk is called by the home umpire if they see the pitcher doing something to intentionally deceive the runner or runners.
Okay.
So
Like when the Savannah banana acted like he was going to throw it, but then threw it behind him and it went over.
that was actually Kerry Wood.
Yeah, Kerry Wood.
Yeah, that was
Isn't he a Savannah banana?
I think it was an honor, or no, was that David Ross?
No, it was Kerry. It was Kerry
Oh, it was
Wood.
Kerry Wood. David Ross hit. Anyway, the Savannah Bananas. I don't think there's
Friends of the pod.
big time friends of the pod. After their game at Wrigley on Saturday, they came over to our house just to chill.
Yeah. But it was so nice to catch up with them.
Not a big deal. Anyway,
They swam in the pool. And
whatever league the hell that is, I can't imagine that there's any balks because that whole game is about
It's a balk.
deception. Yeah, the whole game is a balk.
okay, so to intentionally deceive a
Intentionally
runner.
deceive the runner.
Okay.
And you've likely seen one of these happen even if you didn't notice or understand what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that always happens after a balk is called is that the game's announcers get all worked up.
Oh, really?
And
They
all
love
of a
it?
sudden, if you're watching the TV broadcast, get ready for about 8,000 replays of
Oh, God.
the pitcher's body to see what act the umpire saw as potentially
Deception.
deceitful.
Okay, so give me an example of like what could be like perceived as a balk. Like if the pitcher moves his leg in a specific way.
So I mean, it could be just like a twitch.
And then, okay, so sorry, but I just want to understand. So if the pitcher does a little twitch to try to make the runner think he's about to pitch and the runner starts running, is that what we're talking about?
This is what we're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, and this is also like a lot of the rules open to on-field interpretation by the home
Hence
ump.
all the replays.
So the spirit of the rule was to limit the pitcher from either faking a pitch or faking a pickoff throw.
Okay.
So you can't pretend like you're going to pitch to the catcher, but then whip around and throw it to first base. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Similarly, you can't
Okay.
do the opposite. You can't like fake like you're going to throw to first base and then throw it
pitch.
home, and
Yes.
it's just like that's a strike. It's like
Okay.
you can't do this. So it's up to the ump to decide if the pitcher is engaged in any activity that may support this like potentially deceitful no. Another way to think about how to identify funny business as a casual or a serious viewer, much like our audience here, on the Yips, a baseballish podcast for people who love or like baseball or frankly don't care, is to understand that the pitcher and the catcher have to perform a sequence of actions so that the batter, those on base, and the officiating staff are all on the same page.
Right.
Okay? So first, the pitcher and catcher need to decide on a pitch. Mm-hmm. That's where the signals come in and, the buttons.
The watch.
And there we go. So they need to figure out what they're going to pitch. Then the pitcher must go into a set position.
Like that?
Now you're talking.
Okay.
The set position is a complete stop with the body still and the hands together before starting their motion or the process of delivery of the pitch towards home plate.
Okay. You got set. That's what it's called, set?
Yeah. So if the pitcher decides not to come set and the whole sequence kind of like blends into one another, that's a balk.
Okay.
That's a balk. So now there's the matter of the runner or runners on base. When a pitcher decides to attempt a pickoff by throwing to a base as opposed to the catcher, that person's leading leg must move and land in the direction of the ball's intended path.
The pitcher's leg or the runner's leg?
You know how the pitcher's front leg kicks up when they pitch, and they use that to build momentum in their body to fling the ball. Mm-hmm. You cannot hoist your leg and make an action towards home plate and then at the last second curve around and fling it over to first base.
Right.
That you can't do that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So in short, one could now wind up, raise their front leg, start the throwing motion, and at the last second throw someplace else. I mean, that's bullshit. And
unfair.
And another word for bullshit here
is a balk.
Is balk.
Balk.
The balk. It's important to, so that
I have a pin merger.
I'm sorry, what?
The way I say pin and pen, it's a pin.
You do.
Merger.
Yeah, you've been. Yeah, I think that's a disability.
Maybe I can get a handicap.
I mean, these are just a couple of the things, and there are a slew more.
Yeah.
I would almost imagine an infinite number of other possibilities, because a lot of this is up to whether or not like somebody has cooked up a different way to make the umpire think or believe that they're trying to deceive somebody else on the field. Mm-hmm. If a pitcher mimics any of their previous pitching motions and then stops before the actual pitch is thrown, balk. A pitcher cannot turn around and pitch a ball that's been tossed back by the catcher and that it's been dropped. That's a balk.
Yeah, because he has to come set.
Yeah, remember the sequence here is important. Another one that I found out in my research is that the pitcher cannot throw to the catcher if the catcher has at least one of their feet outside of the box. That's a balk.
Okay.
So there have been some recent developments. I mean, basically, this is another rule of the late 1800s, like the infield fly rule that was designed to prevent like funny business. Mm-hmm. And it's held up pretty well. However, in 2013, there was a pretty important caveat added to the balk rule. And this was something that I remember a lot watching baseball. And I didn't realize that it's not a thing, but pitchers used to fake a pickoff throw to one base and then turn around and whip it to another.
Oh, but now they can't do it because it has to be going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Their
you know
foot
what?
has to land in the direction they're throwing.
Yeah. Or I don't understand. Yeah. You can't fake a pickoff throw. Mm-hmm. You can't fake a pitch. Mm-hmm. Why would you be able to fake a pickoff throw and then do
base.
another pickoff?
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun because that used to happen a lot.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of funny. It'd be like somebody turn around and like whip it, whip their arm over here and you turn around and nail somebody at first base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't do that now. That's a balk. So balks are not all deceptive or malicious.
It seems like it could happen accidentally a lot.
People get the yips.
Yeah.
They mess up.
Yeah.
It's probably. I mean, I would think it's more probable that it's a mistake and that
Then
old boy on the mound has gotten up in their head a little too deep and kind of lost track of what's going on. A prime example of this, former pitching great Steve Carlton spent most of his career, or the bulk or the meat of his career with the Phillies. He was excellent.
The bulk of his career?
The bulk of his bulk.
The bulk of his balks were at the Phillies.
Steve played 23 MLB seasons starting in 1965.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And his career stats are really impressive. A 90.2 career WAR. He pitched in 741 games, of which he was in there for a total of about 5,217 innings total in the man's career. That is crazy.
I'm going to look up what he looks like.
He looks good. He boasted a win-loss record of 329 and 244 with a 3.22 career ERA, which is pretty fantastic. And along the journey, oh boy, look at the hair and the mostaza on this guy, huh? Also classic. We're looking at pictures of Steve Carlton right now in his classic Phillies uniform. My God. It's just breathtaking. Anyway, 4,136 strikeouts. But Steve also holds the record for one stat, and I bet you can guess which one that is.
Most balks ever.
Our boy Steve committed a lot of balks.
The bulk of the balks.
The bulk of the balks of history. Big boy committed 90 balks in his career. I can't imagine if those were all intentional.
No, why would they ever be intentional?
He'd also be the smartest man alive.
Why would they ever be intentional? Because you get
Or
called
dumbest.
out.
Yeah. Anyway, so those are balks.
Now you know.
Balks. Now
I know.
Now you kind of know.
I hope I see one sometime.
I mean, there is a lot of nuance, but basically it's like, no trickery on the mound,
yeah.
Sir.
No magic.
No magic.
Right, Pete?
Pete, don't play that.
So who gets the Yip of the Week award?
Ooh, the Yip of the Week award. And I'm sorry for our listeners. I've been talking quite a bit during this episode, but
you shouldn't have. They're listening to a podcast.
Wait, this is a podcast?
Yeah.
For people who, is it a sexy podcast?
I don't know what it is this week.
Anyway, yeah, no kidding.
You said it was sexy 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. What was it last week?
It's a sacrificial podcast. We're going to sacrifice Pete.
Oh, no, we're not.
To the sun god.
We're not. There's no taxidermy. Nobody's dying. No veins. No nothing. Anyway, this Yip of the Week award goes to none other than the Phillies' JT Realmuto, who really cost his team a game to the Dodgers because he had his whole head completely up his ass.
Uh-oh.
Let me paint you a little picture here, my dear listeners.
I'm going to find out what JT stands for. Do you know?
Philly had Realmuto on second and Justin Crawford on third. They had one out in the bottom of the ninth, and they're down 2-1.
Okay.
So they got one out. They got two men in scoring position. This is all that it's all happening. Brandon Marsh, mountain hair man. I know you love him. Oh my God.
He needs a fucking beard trim. It's disgusting.
He's got, you know what? As a man with a thinning crown, I think that's what they call it. Although
are you jealous?
A little bit.
Ew, it looks so skanky.
I mean, he could also take off his hat and be bald on the top. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't think he was wearing a hat at the red carpet during the All-Star game.
I love red carpet parties. I go to them all the time. Anyway, Brandon Marsh.
Banana.
Yeah. Brandon Marsh is to bat. You ought to check out his hair if you don't know what we're talking about. He hit a very playable chopper straight towards third, which was fielded cleanly. And this is where the problem starts to happen.
Straight to the chopper.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
First, Justin Crawford who was on third, this bonehead, and this could have something to do with the third base coach too. He starts going home. I'm like, where are you going? This is an infield grounder.
Yeah.
You think you're you may as well be stealing home at this point. Anyway, so he starts going like a ding dong, and he gets caught in this run down.
Okay.
So third baseman fields the ball. This guy starts running. Third baseman tosses it to the catcher. Then our friend of the pod, Mookie Betts, moves over to cover third base.
Oh, shortstop Mookie.
So now Dodgers catcher and Mookie are going back and forth, getting Crawford out. But in the meantime, our man, so that counts for 1 out. Mm-hmm. So now we're at 2. Mm-hmm. JT Realmuto, for some reason.
Jacob Tyler.
He decides that he's just going to, head over to third base. Because why not?
Why not?
He was almost walking over there. So after Mookie applies the tag, I think like a little bell went off in our man, what's his name? Jonathan Taylor?
Jacob Tyler, whatever.
Little bell goes off in this man's head, and he's like, oh shit. Like, what am I doing just standing here? Mind you, he wasn't even standing on third base. He was like 5 feet away from third base. He's like, oh shit, I got to get back to second base. Guess if Mookie Betts' throw beat him back to second.
Why can't he go to third?
Because
I don't understand.
He can't go to third because he didn't tag up on the play for starters.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just such poor base running. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Okay.
So
I think he should go to third.
I think he should have just gone home. Fuck the haters, baby. I don't care if the game's over. I'm still going to home plate, baby. I'm a winner in my own right.
Oh wait, this is the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the ninth, and that
The stakes are high.
So
why didn't you say that?
And again, well, I did at the top of the explanation. It's
at the top of the explanation. It's the bottom of the ninth. The bulk of the box.
1 out. We got 2 players in scoring position.
I know that.
And that it turned into absolute nothing.
So they
lost the game. Mookie is trying to redeem himself.
He hath been redeemed.
So cheers to you, Jonathan.
Jacob Tyler. Jonathan Timony.
Yeah.
Timony.
Justin Timberlake Realmuto, or whatever your name is. Close friend of the pod. We miss you. We really missed you.
George with a J.
Jorge.
Timothy. Have you seen Timothy? Or Jimothy?
Oh, the fused spine raccoon that's saving everybody from all the political baloney that's going on. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know who the Jimothy is.
It's getting so dark.
I mean, maybe we thought Justin Timberlake Realmuto, or whatever his name is. We thought,
Jonathan Taylor Thomas,
big time friend of the pod. We thought he was going to actually show up for taping.
He was supposed to come, but he couldn't because he's at work right now.
Yeah, he's busy. But little teaser here, possibly for the next step.
He might come.
Him, or who knows? Jimothy might be here. Just saying, might.
Timothy. Pete will be here.
Are you coming to the show next week?
Yeah, Pete makes it every time. Pete's the third host.
Okay.
For the listeners at home who aren't watching the YouTube, Pete loves to sit on my lap while we record. Pete's our dog. Pete's our 3-year-old, 5-year-old Maltese. He's in incredible shape. He's a beautiful specimen.
This was the best fucking episode of the Yips yet. Episode 7. It's in the books.
In the can.
Yep. We'll see you for episode 8.
Let us know what you want us to talk about next time. More gossip?
It's going to be trade deadline stuff.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about trade deadline. Yeah, for sure.
Ask me personal questions.
Yeah, ask us.
I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I got nothing to hide.
Wait, really? Okay.
Cut.